Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Valentine's Day themed LCS Challengers broadcast. Fun, good game to start it out. I always love seeing higher kill games. This is a good time, But we're going to sit back and we're really going to embrace the Valentine's Day theme for this mid-show segment, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Let's see it.
All right. So we're going to play the newly duo game. So anyone who hasn't watched TV anytime in the last 20 years, 30 years, I don't know. I am going to have, in this case, Magical answer questions on a little notepad. And then Cubby is going to try and guess the answer to the question.
Wait, do you want me to write it on this notepad or on my computer notepad?
That's up to you. That's up to you. The computer one might be a little easier to see, but if paper is your preference, then we're all good.
The computer.
And then we're just gonna see how well Cubby knows his co-caster here. Okay.
So you're having me get to know him and not vice versa.
We'll do that later. We'll do that later. Okay?
All right. 'Cause guessing what's in Magical's head is a lot more difficult than guessing what's in my head.
Yes, I do not know what goes on in there. I do not want to know what goes on in there. But let's get started, all right? A lot of these are going to be opinion-based, and they're going to be about the teams and the players that we just got to see. We're going to stick it to just these. We're going to stick it within these just two teams, okay? Don't be naming players from the entire league, or else it'll be too difficult.
Okay.
All right.
So, first off, and Cubby, don't say the answer right away. Give Magical a moment to write it down. Favorite player on these two teams? To ask that one because Magical wouldn't give us a straight answer earlier, and now he has to make a decision.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I have a few. Do I get any hints, or do I just have to?
Nope, it's a yay or nay.
Yeah, I got it. I got it written down.
Got it. All right, Cubby, let's hear it.
Breezy. So I guess Breezy, because behind the scenes, Mad Magical was really pushing for Breezy last split.
Yes.
You were a big Breezy fan, but it's pretty now. What's changed?
No, I just like pretty.
I get no explanation.
He's a good guy.
He's
Do you not love me?
Cool. All right.
I just like Pretty. Pretty's a cool guy who I've hung out with before. I just like him.
We got a lot more time to figure out how much Magical doesn't love you, Cubby. All right, let's move on. Next question.
Story of my life.
Between these two teams, which is going to be the next player to hit full-time LCS? Magical's opinion.
Oh.
That does change things quite a bit.
Oh man.
All right. You know what? I need coffee for this one. I'm waiting for you to write something down, so I might do.
Just unfortunate that Magical is like the slowest thinker out there.
Look, the hamster is tired. Leave him alone. All right, I got it.
All right. Cubby?
See, I would say Unforgiven usually, but Doublelift is playing so goddamn well, as is Unforgiven. I'm just gonna say that you wrote down Pretty again. Maybe Pretty gets picked up. Oh, it's Unforgiven. I played myself.
You played yourself on that one. You played yourself on that one. Like I toss up on or Unforgiven copy.
Okay.
That was the other one I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, Unforgiven's been fantastic. We've heard a lot of GMs talk, behind the scenes, like if they're gonna import a player and put him in NACL. You're going to import a player that you feel like could be top 5 in your role for LCS just because of buyout value or what they could do to your own roster, because that's what you want to use your imports for good players to round out what you have here. Unforgiven for me is definitely he's only shown us good things so far this split.
Exactly.
So
that's on my
that's LEC first team All Pro in NACL. No surprise. He's been very good.
All right. Next one. Player that's going to go the overall furthest in their career. It doesn't have to be anytime soon. This could be 5-6 years down the line, but who's going to go the furthest in the career and have the biggest impact out in the scene?
Yeah, so we'll define that as individual and team titles. The one player that has the most likelihood to put up those types of results here and internationally.
I think it's just whoever Magical thinks is going to be the better, the top, the best of the best.
One might say
I'm gonna go with one that's not expected.
Ooh, okay, there's your hint, Covey. There's your hint.
See,
all right.
now this guy's going to write down Sniper just to throw me off. I feel like Sniper's the guess.
I got mine down. Are you guessing?
Because you said unexpected, I'll go with Yukino. And if pray I get one of these right. Hey!
Ooh, let's go.
Thanks for the hint. Thanks for the hint, buddy.
Sniper was the other one. Sniper was the other one I was thinking, and I'm like, okay, it's between Sniper and Yukino, but I went with the unexpected one.
Okay, I mean, I think that we were really excited for this 100 Thieves roster for a lot of reasons this offseason. I think the biggest reason was the mix of talent and experience, and also new talent and their potential. And I think that when you put those two things together, hopefully we get to see a lot more out of them. I think Yukino had a nice game in the last one, and we will see if he's able to continue that this split. He's been good.
Oh, yeah. All right. Next question.
Okay.
Which player from these two teams could rock a one trick successfully for the rest of their career? And bonus point if you can guess the one trick Magical's thinking of. And for 2 points.
Pretty Talia, Sniper Riven, or Aurelia. You're gonna say Jenkins Warwick or something. I don't know. You would do that.
You're hinting on what
I'm gonna spoil it already because he got it.
Hey!
I thought that was gonna be like
nicking on. You know what this says, Matt Magical?
What?
We get closer over time. You know.
Yeah.
That's what all this is.
But I found that one funny because I had to show that one right away because that's literally like the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, oh, you guessed it. I got to put it up.
All right. Final question. All right. Who is Magical's favorite co-caster?
Sierra.
What if I casted League?
Sierra.
Yeah, I was about to say. I got it.
Cause a little no good like Valentine's or love show or anything.
No,
it's good without a little bit of conflict, you know?
This is how I know Matt Magical way too well. You ready?
What?
Ender. Oh no! Oh no! Is this where I hang up from the call?
This is where Magical gets kicked off of the show, I feel. This is
Hey, what do you mean? I answered.
Does that count?
I'm gonna take a big sip of tea and take my L.
I'm gonna go Google some couples counseling for you two after that one, and I will catch you two after the draft. See ya.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you afterwards. I had to throw you one final curveball there. Ender was a good guess because that was my other choice.
You're a strong, independent man, and you're gonna do just fine in yourself. You're on your own.
Hey, you know what?
I will see you later.
If anyone out there has got to have confidence in me, it might as well just be myself. You know, that's just how I see it. So, looking at this game, I can only leave
you for too long.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's mostly because you're in charge of like taking care of me and making sure I don't go too crazy on the broadcast.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that I'm paid to be here, and that's the only reason I'm here at this point. You know, given what Matt Magical's sharing. Anyway, we are back onto this game, game 2. I will say, if we want to know fun facts when it comes to prep, that last game from 100 Thieves, that was their 3rd game on red side this season, and actually their first win they picked up on the red side. Blue side has been favored by both of these teams, the majority of their games there. So 100 Thieves now returning to the blue side as they moved to 8-5 in the last game. We'll see if they can put another win on the board. As looking at the marksman, could see another marksman taken off the board here, Matt Magical.
Looking at that Zeri for Unforgiven with how well he played. But instead, they ban Lucian here. So interesting to see that, not the Varus that got banned previously.
That's a good call, but that could be looking for the trade that if they wanted to go Zeri on the side of 100 Thieves, would be a Varus for CLG, and that is a tough matchup for Zeri early in the game. We will see if that is the choice. Also, Jungler is narrowed heavily right now, as it will be 100 Thieves actually starting with the Lulu. So hiding the Zeri a little bit, allowing themselves to maybe adapt if there is a Varus shown, but given the Lulu, we're pretty confident there's going to be a Zeri.
Yeah, it's fairly confident. And I'm fairly confident to say that it's probably going to be Varus from each in bot lane here. That just seems like the standard that we've had right now. The handshakes with a lot of these ADCs wouldn't let through.
Now, with the Lulu, you can choose to hold, and if there is a Zeri, you can go Sivir, which actually into Vi is not bad, because then you play this like little meta game where you're trying to smite the spell shield on your way in as Vi, trying to make sure that you can, connect with your ult. So we'll see if that ends up being the choice here as CLG rounding out the rest of their comp. I would not be surprised to see another early Rise here, honestly, Mad Magical.
Rise would be the only one. Oh, Nautilus. Okay, not what I expected to be picked up here.
They do not. They want answers for Zeri. They're like taking Vi Nautilus. That's saying like, I dare you to pick Zeri right now, because this makes stuff like Ori, Rise, and just the really threat overload composition in the Zeri very scary for the side of 100 Thieves. So we will see if they decide to actually switch things up. Again, Sivir is an option for them if they so choose.
Looking at that as what would possibly round out this first rotation, as we've pretty much seen throughout this year. It's usually the bot lane jungle matchup that we get taken in the first half. And I'm curious to see whether Unforgiven wants to essentially lay down the challenge, say, yeah, I'm willing to play Zeri here. I don't care if you put all this to try to stop me, or if they grab Jax away from Jenkins.
They are daring Jenkins to pick that top laner now. But I don't think he can. I think that there has to be a marksman pick here for CLG. It's either you take Varus now or you don't get Varus. If that's going to be the call. And a Draven would be something very aggressive if they did want to go for that route. But blinding Draven, that is dangerous.
Right. That's the biggest problem I would have with that. It's a blind Draven. There's a lot of things that can stop him. So Varus, as we talked about, that is the choice that Meech goes for.
Now, maybe it was the Draven Hover, as that is one of the champs that Unforgiven was known for back in his time as he was on Mad Lions. I will say, another champion that he was known for, it pairs up terribly with Lulu, but it was Karthus. And Karthus does look okay this game. Actually, no, it's Poke Varus, not on hit Varus.
I was just about to say, I'm like, I don't know about that one, Covey.
Getting out there, some alternative theories, you know.
Have we traded spots today? Because you're the one with that, like the out of left field theories. I'm the one like, oh, let's hold back on that one.
I don't think so. But with that said, Jax showing, going to be some counters taken away for the Jax to help protect Sniper in that top lane. And then CLG, no surprise to see them get rid of both Sivir and Zeri, the picks we talked so much about in that first phase of draft.
So then makes you wonder what Unforgiven is going to play there in that final position. I mean, the Draven is something you could play, but it's going to be hard into this matchup. You're very susceptible early on. Yep, we see an Azir ban. Silas left open, which could be picked up for copy, or they could go for the top lane for Jenkins. There's a lot of options that they have available for themselves. Cassante is something that we've seen oftentimes picked up. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, the throwback for Jenkins.
Jenkins Rumble, baby. We expect that to be top lane. Very could flex, but not likely.
I was like, into Jax. Hey, that's a great matchup.
I will say, this is one way to follow up on Vi Nautilus. So we will see if this is what is needed for CLG, as going to be a scary pick here for Unforgiven. If we wanted to go real old school, okay, that's one way to try and get out of it. Xayah.
Pretty much just like a bunch of nope on the other side. Nope,
it's a good pick this game.
Oh, no, it's great. It's great. It just, you gotta respect it. He sees the other side. He's like, yeah, no, that's just not happening. We're not playing this game.
It's a funky pairing with the Lulu, but it does enable to get you some feathers out quicker. That lane should be lost, though, for the side of 100 Thieves. We'll see if Misha Breezy can take advantage of that early priority. And then Orianna.
Combo.
I've been on the Orianna train. She got buffs on this patch. I think that she's actually been a very slept-on champion and someone who fulfills that role of Azir if he's taken away. So love to see Pretty returning to the champion that he was originally known for when he came to Academy back when he first got here.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was just about to say that if you hadn't said that. Like, this is the Pretty special way back in the day when you first joined on IMT, a copy.
That fixes the scaling issue.
It does fix the scaling issue, but it's a very rough lane for Kassadin to face off against an Orianna.
After the changes, it's actually not nearly as bad for Kassadin. Now, part of the Orianna changes was that they gave her more damage, so her passive scales with every level instead of certain level thresholds. It does help Ori. She gets a little bit of extra auto damage every level now, but it is still a lane that Kassadin can get out of. So on the side of 100 Thieves,
I'm not saying you can't get out of it. It's a rough laning phase. So like you're gonna get shoved back under your turret for a while.
Yeah, I'm expecting a poke Varus here. I'm expecting a very powerful early to mid game from CLG, even despite the Kassadin. But I think that the bridge for 100 Thieves and what they have to do is they have to hit that mid game hard. And a lot of it for me, it's going to come down to can Unforgiven escape this big combo from CLG where you have Depth Charge plus Cease and Assist plus the Rumble ult, the red carpet on top of all that. And also, can Pretty and Yukino sync up? Pretty talked about being the glue to keep each side of the map together. Those shockwaves can come from Fog, from the Wukong and Wombo. So we'll see if Pretty is up to it with Yukino.
As long as not all the attention is taken away from Unforgiven and put that onto Pretty, that is. Because now Pretty's got the target on his back, being very immobile, especially against a lot of this lockdown that you had talked about.
Hold on.
I'm curious to see how this mid-game is going to go for 100 Thieves. I think it's going to be, it feels like we're hitting the same narrative points as the first game, but it's going to be on to Yukino and to Kevy on how they get into the mid-game.
Now, hold on. I do want to say real quick. Unforgiven has elected Ghost, for Ghost. Now, I'm a big Ghost fan, but Ghost is definitely a greedier pick. So we will see if Unforgiven can get out of the lane phase, given that there is Summoner Spell advantage for Meech and breezing the bot side. Also, I did set up that Meech could be going for the poke build, which I would expect, given the emphasis on the early to mid game here from CLG. But that's Halo Blades and not Comet, so we could see Meech actually go for the on-hit build throughout the game. He would have to flash out a Shockwave, most likely, but besides that, you can't play on-hit Varus this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Had some of the other picks come through that you were talking about, yeah, probably wouldn't have been likely. I mean, that's also why the Karthus wouldn't have been an option for Unforgiven going into Meech, just in case it's going to be the poke Varus. You never know with how adaptable the champion is. But in the bot lane, I'm not expecting to see too much action, just a little bit of poke back and forth. I'm expecting this to be where we really get a lot of that fight, especially early on. Because Counter-Strike does not work. Hey, Counter-Strike doesn't work against Jenkins. Yeah, we're getting really weird, but this is something Jenkins piloted way back in the day, back when Kennen was kind of his thing. Back, if you think back when he was on Team Liquid Academy, you like to bust out the Rumble, especially into certain matchups like this, where it's like, oh yeah, you have a stun, you have some way to dodge away from auto attacks. Well, use Flame Spitter.
And it is a matchup where after a couple levels, it is nice for Rumble. Early levels, Sniper can trade, but of course that Flame Spitter very early on, especially when you are overheating, Rumble does win out this lane rather hard early. So Jax will be a split push menace later. Now, Copy should be able to deal with it when he hits 16, but that's going to take a while.
Oh, nice root on
here.
Meech, forcing up the flash early.
Okay.
That's a flashless Meech, and Yukino, like you said, being here early, probably could just reset, get Scuttle, go look for this dive if necessary.
And that was really well done from Unforgiven. He actually popped the Ghost to make sure that he could step up and get that trade off. So using Summoner Spells aggressively to get a health bar advantage in the bot side of the map. Really like seeing that out of Unforgiven.
And here it is, back visiting as I expected. Yielded up a lot from some of the pots, but this dive should be pretty easy. Waiting to set this one up. There's no summoners on Meech. He's very susceptible, and you can see how far back he's trying to play. That's going to be the flash in. First blood picked up and given over to Unforgiven.
Nice react flash, too.
I like this. Nice.
Wow.
Nice play. Just reset, say, yeah, we have it. We juggled the aggro perfectly.
I mean, that was a really clean reaction flash from Unforgiven, who... there was a flash from Breezy to try and auto him because he took turret aggro. Unforgiven got out of that, making sure that there was no trade available on the side of CLG. And that's a great start to the game here for the side of 100 Thieves, who, did wait on that marksman, did eat 2 bans, and ended up coming out way on top now with this 3-wave dive, thanks to the good play of Unforgiven.
I think it's just a good play all around. They juggled the aggro really well. That was just the cherry on top, because look at how well they utilized Destiny taking the maximum amount of turret shots.
Look at that. Really well done from Unforgiven. I mean, yeah, everyone played it well in the dive, but this was set up by the play of Unforgiven and Destiny in the lane. So, really do want to praise them and Yukino for cashing in. Now, Yukino set himself a little bit further behind in the jungle, but, in this patch, in this meta, we don't really care that much about that. We just want to make sure our laners are ahead, and he'll happily trade being a few camps down to Vi for this lead that Unforgiven is now bringing into the bot lane.
Especially because this plays into their win condition that we were talking about, how they get into the mid game and how powerful they will be at that point. Well, right now, that bot lane's looking great. Even getting a kill and assist to Yukino, so you can continue to try to move around the gold and transition that in some of the lanes that are starving a bit, like this top lane.
is a big wave for Sniper to take, but yeah, Rumble does have shove, and it's not an easy lane for Jax at this point. So nice on Jenkins to play this out. As we expect, Jenkins has been having a really nice split. I know, oh, hold on.
Copy, no rift
Harass.
walk. Yeah, no rift walk. A lot of harass there, but pretty without having a shockwave either. Not gonna have that kill threat just yet onto Copy, so it will force out the recall and TP. Ooh,
oh, hold on, Yukino.
Kevy. I like that onto Yukino. The flash, though, gets the ball to get the shield. As Kevy tries to kite back, the flash in from Copy almost took it down, but almost, but no scar.
I actually, so the W, it looks like Copy lost vision, wasn't able to find the Q, so Yukino actually lives, but Breezy's here.
But the back just in time.
Kevy will still get a camp, so it's not all bad. Really nice answer from Kevy. Actually, make sure that Copy can get in that wave, hit 6, and he doesn't have to burn TP, which is valuable on the Kassadin. So really nice counter from Kevy, and much needed given the bleeding that we're seeing in the bot lane.
And it counteracts, as I was talking about, where Pretty wanted to get Shockwave first before that Rift Walk, because that gives you that kill threat, that kill pressure over Copy, where once he TPs back into lane, and while he's still level 5, you just use Shockwave on command to get the kill.
A good answer coming out of Copy. I do want to, as we're a little bit quiet on the Rift right now, I actually do want to highlight Boots' swiftness coming out for Jenkins' Rumble. So a big emphasis on making sure that he's playing around the right range and able to buy some space for Jax. I'm wondering if that maybe gets him out of a Counter-Strike or two, as Jax is bootless.
Yeah, but Jax does have that leap strike still. There's a lot of sticking power that you have as Jax. But the thing is, you talk about, eventually it gets easy for Jax, but
takes a while.
I was about to say, you're acting like, eventually, like, level 9 or something. It's like more like level 13, 14 when it starts feeling nice for Jax.
Yeah, I mean, eventually in the side lane, Jax does just murder this Rumble. But the Rumble picks, like, that's not what it's for, right? It's making sure that these mid-game team fights are big for CLG, especially around the Rift Herald. So I know that we're a minute out from that objective spawning. I really want to keep our eyes on how CLG does play around that Rift. I know there's a slight deficit right now. I know that they have a Kassadin in the mid lane. But Rumble, Vi, Nautilus should be able to one-tap someone on the side of CLG. So we'll see if CLG can execute that correctly. A Sniper, nice all in here. Oh my god.
Nice flash, though. And there's still ults available.
Okay.
Jenkins could try to re-engage if he wants to. Has Ignite. That's a lot of power that he has. Just waiting to see if he throws down the ult.
That's a big trade from Sniper. I mean, I think Jenkins has to hold on to the ult because, again, the play is Rift Herald here for the side of CLG. But honestly, good recognition from Sniper. I know that he burned quite a bit, but he got a flash out. And I think he knows that, they can't fight this Rift Herald straight up against Vi, Rumble, Nautilus. So the fact that he's trying to take a health bar away, I think is pretty good awareness coming out of Sniper of what the situation is for the side of 100 Thieves with this Rift.
I do too. It's a good play, good heads up out of this rookie player.
God, he's going to start it.
Hey, he's got Yukino nearby. You go to the bot lane. That was a pull. I don't know if you want to actually complete that because that's a lot of damage coming in from Unforgiven as you retreat.
So it will not be the Rift Herald taken, but it will be the Crab secured. As 100 Thieves. Patience bar is low. CLG just has to make sure this resets, and that's not hard for them to do. As 100 Thieves, again, they know they cannot fight this at the moment. Pretty's going to go answer mid-wave, and 100 Thieves are going to see if they can get wave priority again. A good stall from CLG.
Good stall. Everyone going back to lanes, but Kevy still on the prowl, looking for Yukino. That way they can't restart up the Rift Herald yet again. And CLG playing this one very patiently. Honestly, it might seem like, 100 Thieves have this massive lead, but for CLG, their composition is about scaling. It's about get into the team fights a little bit more even footing compared to that of 100 Thieves.
All right, big key right now. Unforgiven just base, and he's going to walk mid. So Meech is about to show in this bot wave. That's going to be enough for 100 Thieves to start up this Rift. Let's see if they can survive the Vi, Nautilus, Rumble combo.
Let's find out, because right now they get the flash out. Equalizer onto 4 members out of Jenkins. Sniper was able to get a huge counter-strike, and a massive shockwave. All these ults are doing so much work on each side, but who will finally fall? It will be Kevy, the first one to bite the dust.
And the shockwave from Pretty, it finds them all. Everyone who was there eaten up as that shockwave made sure this fight could go the way of 100 Thieves. And I think the key, Breezy didn't have ultimate. Destiny did. That actually saved Sniper and enabled Under Thieves to turn around that fight. So the fact that Destiny was here first and ate some XP from that mid wave, that's what got him 6. Breezy wasn't able to do that, and that was a big difference in that fight.
And it's really crazy, too, because there are so many good uses of ultimates, of abilities in this fight. Like, this equalizer to start off out of Jenkins hits all 4 members and keeps them pinned for a while.
It's good, but like the Vial is late. It wasn't able to follow up immediately, as that Lulu ult was huge. It bought so much time. And then the Shockwave, again, it finds everyone. So the Vi, yeah, she goes unstoppable, but that's late. It's not on the Sniper. They thought the Sniper would go down. Polymorph prevents the Q follow-up as well, which saves Yukino. And the fact that Destiny had 6 and played the fight out as well as he did, I know I don't love to talk about Lulu, but him and Pretty are the reason that fight went in favor of 100 Thieves. And again, we like the scaling of 100 Thieves. It's this mid game that has to be big for CLG, so they're already very far ahead in the game compared to where we expected for them to be at.
Was seeming like it was an even game state. I was just praising CLG, how they weren't that far behind. As long as they can keep this up, then the team fight happened. And we saw the wombo combo that can happen. I mean, when you have Lulu, like you talked about, the safety she provides, as well as a beautiful shockwave out of Pretty. This is what you expect from a player who's played this champion so many times in his career. And when he first joined Immortals Academy in the beginning, this was the champion he played pretty much due to the success that initially got him on the radar of everyone.
And like that shockwave was big. Again, like we kind of set off that Rift Herald, right? The fact that there was this Wombo on CLG, the one person that could really break that, it was going to be Pretty and Yukino. Guess what? They successfully broke that game plan from CLG at that fight. And now we're just going to have to see the consequences of it, because look at the map right now. It's a poke Varus that's behind. It's only even against Azaya, who just finished up Kraken Slayer. Oriana's like doing fine, going to go even. I mean, the Cassian will get ahead and be a menace in the side lane, but that's going to take a while. It's not like the game plan is going too well right now for the side of CLG.
Oh, you
that's big, though.
Force you Cyclone. It's going to be the cease and desist on top of him. Has the HD court, but a shockwave again! Pretty consistently does it!
Kevy goes into his death, and another kill goes over to the side. 100 Thieves. It's a 2K gold lead. And with the Dragon, or I should say the jungler falling. Breezy, hold on.
Breezy might
Rip.
fall too. The flash in. You're so far ahead at this point. Everything is going 100 Thieves Challengers' way.
Breezy stuck in the pit. 100 Thieves, again, cruising to a 2-0. I know that when I talked with Pretty before the match today, you know, Pretty, they believe in themselves on this team. They really think they can go the distance. And he said, you know, everyone on my team believes we will win it all, right? That's not a we can, it's a we will. And when you have a player like Unforgiven, the expectation you have in NACL is to go that far. And the fact that 100 Thieves are not only surviving a test against CLG, a tough opponent that we have in the league, but thriving as well. Again, this is a comp that, you know, doesn't get off the ground early. We've very much favored CLG's comp in the earlier stages of the game. 100 Thieves, they're the ones crushing this game.
They've gotten to that point where they're getting those wombo combo elements working out the bot lane too. How well that started off the game, surprising us, has gotten to this point where you have to wonder what CLG challengers have up their sleeves to get back into this game besides just relying on the scaling of Cassidy.
I think that's a good point. I mean, one thing for me is the poke from Varus, right? Varus has that Yomu's finish. He is so lethal in the early to mid game. Level 9 is really where Varus is incredibly strong. And it will be about, you know, the bridge. But in order for CLG, I think, to get their game plan going, they like to play out 3 lanes. They need to get Cassian in the side lane. That's where Cassian can start to chase people down and have kill threat. The good news for CLG is that when you have a Cassian comp, the way I feel like you beat Cassian is you take away his space to farm. No turrets have fallen yet, which is really big because Cassian is going to have plenty of space to farm. So I think that really the first play where we can, you know, see turrets taken away from the side of CLG, 100 Thieves has to limit the ability for Cassian to be on the map. And we'll see if they can do that successfully next.
So far they are. Utilizing the Oriana shove.
Yeah.
Look at Pretty. He's the first one moving on the map. Copy is not the one who... He's the one who needs to be the first one on the map, not the Oriana. And if he can never have that luxury Like you talked about, you're never going to have the luxury to be in the side lane.
There's a trap. Rumble's here. Rumble spotted. They're going for a fight in the bot lane. Ori.
Sniper has CP, so you got to be careful. That's going to be the Ori in the back line. Looking for the damage. The flash away. The equalizer. Not getting onto the members it needs. The snipe. Almost. And there it is. The flash in for Copy to take him down. They've got Crook to change. The turnaround. CLG find the pick. They get a shut down for Copy along the way.
That roam from Jenkins was much needed, and CLG cash in on it. As a good play from Breezy, finds Pretty, gets flashes out 100 Thieves as well. CLG, again, they need to make the game fast now. That's the start of it. Now they have to keep on fighting when their ults are off cooldown to try and snowball and get themselves back in this game.
Did you lose out on the turret top lane to Sniper? You will eventually get to that point we talked about before. He's level 11. Almost at that level 13 where you're really going to exert that pressure over Jenkins and not have to really worry about the Rumble matching you in the side lane. It's all going to be about how Copy can match you.
And look at Jenkins. He's collapsing. They know they're trying to set up this bot dive. This is one way to break it. As Kevy actually flashes out of the shockwave. I think that shockwave was used too early from Pretty. That's what enabled CLG to turn this around. Again, Yukino wasn't able to sync that up with the ultimate. And when you do not sync up that wombo, the knock up into the shockwave, it can open up ways for CLG to get back in. Really well played by Kevy to flash out of that and turn it around.
Plus, the shutdown gold was picked up by Copy. And that one, you get 2 kills. So he is in that position where we need to continue to see that. We need to continue to see how Cassidy is going to grow, how Copy is going to be the member they build up around. And they even look for this pick. Like you said, no ult. Unforgiven was an easy target.
Again, CLG, when their ults are off cooldown, they have to fight. That's a great find from Jenkins and Kevy. As no ult on Unforgiven, that's a very long cooldown. Rank 1, no flash either, as he went for it for the kill. And since Unforgiven's burned flash, he's died twice. That's exactly what CLG needs to do with this composition. They're playing it out well.
Playing it out and utilizing their power, and they've got to continue this. There's no point, like you talked about, where they can let up on this pressure, because the moment they do, it gives up room to 100 Thieves.
I think that the Thieves have good ways to deal with Cassidy. That's kind of my issue. I know that Cassidy will scale. He's going to be a menace. Copy's very far ahead in this game. He's doing well, but there's a Polymorph. There's a Jax. Wukong Orianna is tough to deal with, and also Xayah as well.
Combo. Jenkins trying to get back. Flashing away from the shockwave. Getting a lot of damage. And turning it around 1v3.
Oh, he didn't even need ult for that one. Jenkins just burning down that the Wukong below the turret, man. They put him in the fryer.
I mean, they put him in the fryer. They were hoping that possibly they could even trade it for a single structure. They couldn't even get that. Plays for CLG. I mean, even if that one was an accidental play, not relenting on the pressure, it works out because they're still having plays all across the map.
And again, this is much needed for CLG. It wasn't the start they wanted, but this mid-game, they've been trying to put it back together, get this game back in their favor, and some much-needed plays going their way. As 100 Thieves, it was a hot start for them, but they have fallen victim to a couple of the plays here from CLG. We'll see what happens with this next Dragon, as we do have the Chemtech Soul on the Rift. Not a bad soul. More valuable on the side of 100 Thieves, but we will see if CLG can put up those Dragon stacks together. Again, these objective fights in the mid-game are going to be so deadly, given the wombo combo, the ultimates that they have.
Hey, you know what I think, Cubby? Soul's a soul. Doesn't matter who it is. It'll work out.
I know.
I just got to say that once. But in this game, and looking how everything is starting to boil over 400 Thieves, they still have those wombo combos they can fight around, they can utilize. But now it no longer feels like they can set up a 4-1 with Sniper in the side lane. They kind of need him to act as that front line with Yukino, because Yukino is just dying too quickly.
I think the big concern, I mean, my eyes are on Copy. He's been very accelerated now in this Cassidy, and he is in that side lane, so we will see if he can actually pressure Pretty and get a health bar advantage, and if CLG can make any plays towards him. But also, we keep on talking about the team fight, the wombo. I think that Unforgiven, he's the one that got the gold early. We definitely have to keep our eyes on him, but also Sniper's the one that can break that as we do get out of the mid game, right? Sniper on this Jax, once he is able to pick up 2-3 items, get some sustain to the side, he will be able to bash down these structures and beat Rumble in the long lanes. So I'm curious, one, if CLG switches up their lane assignment to maybe put the Cassidy and the Jax to try and slow it down more, or if they want to keep Cassidy into the Ori and potentially make plays around that.
Kind of feel like you want to switch it up, but right now, I got to put that on pause because Breezy gets himself caught out. He goes gold, buying enough time, though, because Coffee's on the other side. Flashed away to be able to survive. A Sniper looks to dive back in with a counter-strike, getting the flash as well.
Sniper
does get the kill onto Breezy. That shockwave does not connect. The equalizer does all it needs to split up the fight for CLG. As Sniper, he bought so much time, but it was not enough.
He couldn't get the blast cone. All the CC coming out from CLG. Sniper wasn't able to make sure that he could get himself back over. So it is a trade. And with Sniper going down, that's a trade up for CLG.
Trade up. Again, they are not relenting. And they cannot relent because the moment they do, the moment this game draws out and you allow 100 Thieves to reset properly on the map is where things will get dicey.
I do like the pick on the Breezy again. Nautilus is paper. He doesn't have a lot of base stats. And they get the stopwatch and kill Breezy eventually. But it does force Sniper to go rather deep. And look at the CC chain coming out. As Sniper, once this Rumble Wall comes out, he wants the blast cone. And he just can't get to it. Even Kevy, you know, moving him around a little bit. The abilities
and
from
finally
Copy.
When he does.
Yeah. Too late.
Too late.
Well played.
Well played. Well played. Getting that pick. Trading top laner for support. A big win. As
big Shelly.
Bridget, she's just strutting down the rift.
Now, the one good thing the 100 Thieves got, they got flashes out of both Breezy and Kevy. So let's keep our eyes to see if, again, the Shockwave combo, if you do not have flash, you cannot get out of it. So 100 Thieves doing a nice job getting control over this terrain early. As Shelly did take down the bot turret, Copy is free farming top. This will force 100 Thieves to start this objective rather early, especially with the poke from Varus. That was a nice piercing arrow as Unforgiven goes lower. They have to pull the dragon now and make a play before Cassidy split pushes them down. CLG is going to let 100 Thieves take it, but the Cassidy continues to get farmed.
All 5 members are bot lane. All 5 members are top lane. It could even be that they look for the tier 2 top side to get more gold into Copy's pockets.
And this is fine from CLG again, playing towards their win con, as Copy is actually gone for the plated steel caps. That tells me he might be the one to match Jax on the side lane later in the game.
Yeah, that's what I asked for. I think that he's the only one who could really match Jax later on. Because Rumble, at this point, cannot really fight against Sniper. Having that maul completed makes it so much more difficult for Jenkins to actually do anything meaningful against Jax. So this will be a very unorthodox 4-1 for both sides, because Jenkins eventually wants to join up with these team fights too, utilizing that equalizer to split up the entirety of 100 Thieves.
Navori again for Unforgiven, so those feathers will always be out. Navori also pretty good on Xayah. You can pretty much always keep that W up in the later stages of the game. So one of the reasons that we're seeing Xayah really re-emerge after a couple patches, and definitely a champ where you can play safe on your own. Very important.
I know you want to talk about the bot lanes, but I do want to bring back the conversation to the mid lanes. The setup, Copy, and Pretty's expectations. Last year, both these mid laners were the talk of the town. They were the ones that everyone had their eyes on. That we constantly were praising. Like, when do both these players get to LCS? When do we see them on a team? When are they going to get drafted? Yet here they are, still in the Challengers League. Both formidable players, and going up against each other once again. They are both put in a position to be the ones to dictate the pace of the game for their side, with the shockwaves from Freddy and Copy just on Castlewin getting to level 16.
Yeah, especially in spring. I think in summer, Insanity really did, you know, re-enter the league, but in spring, like at times we thought these were the top 2 mid laners that we had. Harry also being in the conversation.
Insanity joined in. Same with Harry.
Oh, I mean, I want to stop you there, but it's going to be a nice crunch match seeing these two on champions are comfortable on. But at the moment, that's a TP for the Baron. This is Jenkins can't join. He's going to be late.
TP. They have to fight this. That's a lot of damage onto Yukino. It's going to be secured, but they got the flash in. Kevy, the one looking for the damage, looking for the ring. And look at the equalizer. It's huge, but so is Pretty cutting it back. They've got to make sure they can get the kill. Sniper still in the pin. Locked in there with them. You can't kill the man. He's 16 years old, and he's crushing CLG Challengers.
Oh my goodness, it was the wombo for CLG, but again, Jax, you have to jump into him, and Sniper takes everyone down in the back half as the young gun stepping up already at NACL. He sidesteps the chain of corruption, and then the wombo from CLG. It is beautiful. Right when Unforgiven lands, every button is pressed onto him to try and take him down. But Sniper, he's low the entire time. He has the Hex Drinker. Oh, the red carpet. I mean, everything is so good here for the side of CLG. But Sniper, They take down the other targets first, and he makes them feel the pain. Oh my God, Sniper. What was that?
It's just Jax things, my dude. That's just Jax
things. Oh my God. He takes down level 16 Copy. That saves the fight, saves the Baron buffs for 100 Thieves, and Sniper makes that Baron play work.
Oh, man. Where it looked like it could have been dragged back from CLG Challengers, there's so much that went right, but it all still went fully wrong because Sniper has shown up to the game and is now the king of the Rift.
And again, that was part of the worry that I had with the fact that the early game did not go fully in favor of CLG. That, there were good plays made from 100 Thieves, because if there's a gold lead for CLG, that play works out. I mean, it was that close, but the fact the game is even, and Sniper was able to do that, what a huge play from the youngest player that we have in NACL, in Sniper, as he continues to prove that he deserves to play at this level, is Yukino.
He's just playing with fire right now. He's trying to buy space so that Sniper can take down that turret with 3 members now focused onto him. They will secure the objective, but Sniper, again,
watch out for
he's
the combo.
15, and he's got the double stun with the knockup as well onto Kevy, even with the equalizer doing a lot of damage. They cannot pick up Sniper, and Pretty in the back line, making sure they force CLG back to their steps.
This Jax has scaled, and he's too damn big. I know there's a Cassidon in the game, but right now it's Sniper. He's the one making all the difference on the Jax.
Did I not just talk about when I played Jax before and I realized how damn strong this champion is?
Yes,
He's
sir.
level 16. He's got the full might of the Keeper's arms, and he is utilizing that to the fullest.
2 inhibitors going to be taken here for the side of 100 Thieves, as Copy will see how hard he wants to press. Oh, wow. Hold on, one more cannon shot. They stopped it. They stopped it.
Oh.
Very close. Very close.
Okay, well, I will say, if things were already difficult with killing Sniper, it's not going to get any easier. He just finished Force of Nature. It is literally saying, Jenkins, Copy, you cannot do anything to me.
I do like the itemization coming out of Sniper. Again, realizing that all he has to do is just live through the onslaught that he will be facing from the double magic damage solo laners of CLG. Again, a terror in the side lane. As the Dragon is up, we should see this picked up by 100 Thieves for free. And for CLG, I mean, all eyes got to be on Copy at this point of the game, Mad Magical. Varus is about to evolve that Miramon, and that's about the last real spike that he's going to have. And Cassidon, he's got to be the difference maker this time. If CLG wants to win this game, it's got to be on Copy.
The difficult thing is that it's all on Copy.
Look at the gold.
But you have to somehow kill Sniper.
Yeah.
And with how Sniper is itemized, you as Copy are not killing. It's just not going to happen. You have to have the rest of your team do the damage.
This gold graph in favor of 100 Thieves, that Baron was so big because, again, we talked about taking the space away from Cassidon to farm. And now he will always be able to farm with a lane of super creeps down, but also nothing on the map is available to the side of CLG. They are stuck in their base. We'll see how much 100 Thieves can get out of this, as again, Copy has shifted his lane assignment to be matching Sniper on the Jax. Still a fine matchup here.
I don't know. You don't want this anymore if you're Copy. You're realizing
he's got to shift.
He just used a couple combos there on to Sniper and did nothing.
The good news here for CLG is that sometimes when you pick Cassidon, you do lack wave clear. But Varus brings a lot of that, especially with the poke build. So 100 Thieves realizes, hey guys, we got to wait for the next Baron. Let's just get a clean reset off. Make sure we take full control of the top side of the map. Sniper taking away the Raptors will reset a little bit later. But 100 Thieves playing this game out well. It's all going to come down to this last Baron.
At least that's what you expect for 100 Thieves, so long as they can secure it. It is the LCS Challengers League, though, Cubby. We have seen it how many times during just the brief stint we've already had in our season. How many times there have been flips around objectives. This is definitely not a game that's going to not lack that as well, because you can tell that CLG are still looking and rearing to find these picks to get themselves set up to deny it taken.
It's tough, though, at this point. I mean, even Unforgiven has a Maw, and he just popped a red elixir, too. So you can't tell how much emphasis they're putting on the Baron. They realize if they win this, it is game. I got to say, I do like the Maw from Unforgiven. I think he realizes that whenever he touches down, it's going to be on a red carpet. So I think he needs the defense to try and survive. We will see if it is enough.
I mean, you have to deal with Jenkins, you have to deal with Copy. Those are the primary damage dealers, so getting rid of those as options to assassinate you are great.
I feel like Unforgiven definitely needs to drop a thank you freak at the end of this game, you know? Third item maw. That's not possible in the last patch.
That's true.
Thank you, freak.
Make it actually useful now. All right, well, right now, this is definitely 100 Thieves' favorite, especially if you can get a pick like that on the Kevy. The red carpet did nothing. There was no damage that actually stuck to any one of the 100 Thieves members.
That's the power of Maw, man. Yukino's got it, Unforgiven's got it, and now 100 Thieves, they're going to get the other purple thing on the Rift. That's the Baron. His sniper's being chased down. We'll see if they can take him.
I don't know. We saw what happened last time.
So.
Depth charge. He dives away, flashing as well, getting a lot of distance, but there's no mana left on Copy. That's going to be the counter-strike. Looking to see if he can get the stun on a Copy. A lot of damage poked back. That's the mob pop. Getting the trade, but the heals should be enough. But here's Bree to turn it around, and they cannot kill him.
He's going to base the TP back. Or he has empowered TP. He's going to go to the wave.
This is it. Yeah, there it is. And guess what, Copy? Okay, Copy is far out. Should be able to get back towards his base. He will barely, but the game is in tatters. The Baron for 100 Thieves Challengers as they crack open the second inhibitor of the game.
Game 1, all about the LEC All-Pro Unforgiven. Game 2, all about the youngest player we have in the NACL and maybe the most exciting prospect we have in Sniper. 100 Thieves, this team can be deadly in NACL this split. Halfway through the split, they're looking strong.
The yin and yang of this team, the old and the new. They have the fresh faces and they have the veterans who've made it to Worlds and shown their power. And here they topple an Empire 4 members strong from last year. They will take them down 2-0 for 100 Thieves Challengers.
And I know that win feels good for them. Each team on this side, they were looking forward to this match as it was going to be a tough match. I mean, both teams 7-5, both teams that I said if they held the trophy at the end of the year, you know, wouldn't be a huge surprise looking at these lineups. And 100 Thieves, that's a big win that they can build up a lot of confidence on. And look at the rest of their week. Tomorrow, CLG Faith. Monday, Fly Fam. This could easily be a 6-0 week for 100 Thieves Challengers.
A great way to soar into the standings as well. A team that we already were praising a lot going into the year. A dominant second game. Game 1 was well fought, but it all is the same. It is a 2-0. It doesn't matter how you get it done. We're going to toss to a break, and when we come back, we'll bring back Sierra with an interview with the victorious 100 Thieves Challengers. Make sure you stick around.
When we interviewed Bradley last week, he had this to say.
It's funny because, like, Mir, like, he loves burgers. So, like, the number one thing that we've bonded about is, like, burgers. It's like, oh, like, is it a Chick-fil-A day? Is it a Hi-Ho cheeseburger day?
Where can we find Hi-Ho?
Well, we use Uber Eats. Oh.
Sometime soon, sometime during the season, we'll all go to Hi-Ho and film some content together there in person. So we grabbed both of them and went out for burgers in Santa Monica.
No, actually, Sprite is spicy water. They call Sprite spicy water. I'm being serious.
Who is they?
Oh, me. Picture kind of. Oh my god, what is... Dude, wait, they said they were gonna put... No, they said ketchup is on the table. This doesn't look like on the table. No flame.
Okay, ketchup? Honestly, guys, I'm a bit hamburger enjoyer and I don't really like ketchup and Have you tried In-N-Out? No. Actually,
I've tried.
I tried it first, and it was okay. For the price, it is very good. Yeah, for the front.
So I'm from Florida. I really like Whataburger. There's a place called Zaxby's I really like.
I've heard great things.
Yes, Zaxby's is honestly, if it's not Chick-fil-A, it's Zaxby's. Mir, like, look at this. Like, he's a handsome guy. Like, he just goes like, yo, guys. Like, I'm sure, like, he could walk into like a club. I'm Mir.
Are you singing one right now?
I am, yeah, but I'm having like a little bit of like the same like issue where it's like, you know, you want to pour as much time into you know, your league career as possible, you know, so it's like you gotta find a good balance.
You can always find a girlfriend later. League is now.
I'm not sure about that, but
You're living with Ethan.
Yeah, so I mean, it's funny that you mentioned it because I almost never see him. It's actually funny because he wakes up at like 8 in the morning. He's a very disciplined person. He wakes up like 8 in the morning every day and like he's gone.
That is he cook at all?
I don't know. I'm sure he could, but he doesn't necessarily strike me as a cooking type. No.
No, you don't cook, but what about Ian?
I mean, Ian, he said he's cooking his own stuff, which is I don't really trust him because he seems kind of messy guy that just gonna Uber his 100 thing a year.
I heard that you had a really funny story about some of your teammates you wanted to share.
When I first joined Team Liquid, we tried to be very healthy, I think. And it was really funny because now, like this year, this guy is the biggest main chick abuser I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so unhealthy. Every time we order, it's like, you know, like, what do we want, guys? Main chick. Oh, I think main chick sounds good. Oh, main chick's good. Last year, like Team Liquid, like literally like put like a ban hammer on like main chick. Like, no, like it's too unhealthy. This year, I've had main chick like literally 4 times. I'm not even trolling. It's the beginning of the year.
I mean, he only had 4 times. I had 8 times the total. So
Okay, so on our podcast recently that Rafa, Cubby, and I have, we asked Ian whether or not he could, you know, there's a scale, like how much do you want to fight them, and how, like, would they kick your ass or would you kick their ass? Okay. I want you to give me all the teammates. So first off, Mir, where is Bradley on the chart? Do you want to fight him?
in real life?
Yeah, in real life.
I mean,
What's up now?
I'll probably lose.
Oh, so you would kick his ass.
Oh, he's being honest. That's good.
I mean, that's why I'm eating main chicken right now. So I can
You're bulking up.
Yeah, he's actually bulking.
I just bulked up and to kick his.
I think me and APA would have like a good match. Arrow and Ethan are too kind. I
just don't wanna fight
can't see me fighting them ever.
Okay.
Literally ever. I cannot see me harming either one of these guys. We've already fought because like you won't king top, but like that's like behind the scenes. Like
Hello everyone and welcome to our Verizon post-game interview. I'm going to be sitting down and talking with Yukino after that 2-0 victory. Previously as well, Cubby had spoken to Pretty, saying that this was actually a pretty important matchup considering CLG was also at 7-5. How are you feeling going into the matchup and how are you feeling about the outcome?
I think, like, I thought we were playing CLG Faith, like, yesterday. So I didn't know we were playing against versus the Challengers team. So I was kind of surprised. Like, I was in my bed and I was like, oh wait, we're playing against the Challengers team. But, yeah, I think today's matches they're pretty chill, honestly. Like, I think the jungler is, like, pretty good. But, yeah, I think 3-2-0 today. Sniper is so good.
Yeah, I mean, that second game, he made it look easy in that game. I mean, talk to me about just that game and just playing League of Legends with Sniper in general, because he was popping off.
Yeah, so, like, I think, like, at the beginning of the game, we wanted to, like, play the scale and, like, play for level 6. And then, like, so, like, the game was just stable. And then, like, I think at the, like, I think it's the first Herald fight, where, like, it was, like, a 3-3-3-4. I don't remember what happened exactly, but, yeah, like, I think, like, the fights are really close. And, like, the game was getting kind of close. And then I think, was it the Nash fight, like, the Herald fight? I don't remember, but, like, I think we got the Nash. And then, like, the fight was looking kind of close, and then, like, Sniper was like, oh my god, like, look at me, guys, like, I'm 1v4ing them, like, just play with me. And then, like, the game kind of got free after that, like, Sniper, like, yeah, he pooped on them.
And then, just in general with this team, I mean, obviously 7-5 isn't necessarily, it's not a negative start, but it's not the start that maybe you should have had considering the strength of the roster altogether. How are you feeling about things moving forward? Because, I mean, everything is clicking more and more together with each passing game.
Okay, yeah, so I think, like, after we got 0-2'd by C9, like, I guess, like, it was, like, a way to humble ourselves because, like, we weren't as good as we thought we were. So, like, after we got, like, 0-2, like, it kind of hurt, like, the first few days. But then, like, we use that as like a way to like help us improve like even more.
That's great to hear. And then even all the stuff were pretty because Cubby's spoken to him and sent me everything. But he was saying too that this team, this roster, now that everything's a bit more meshed, like this should be the winning team. Do you really think that there's another team out there that can take you down, or who do you think is going to put up the biggest fight to stop you from that goal?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we are like one of the best teams in the Challengers League, but I think C9 and TL are pretty good as well. So after we lost 0-2 to C9, we're kind of unfortunate, but I think we're gonna bounce back when we play them next time.
Ooh, all right, I can't wait for that. And then speaking of pretty, I mean, we've gotten to see all the Valentine's Day cards running around on broadcast, and he wrote that you were his Valentine because he loves multilingual people, and you're actually fluent in Spanish as well. Is there any other languages to speak? Any other fun facts? We're learning all the lore with these cards.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at Spanish. I can speak good Chinese and Vietnamese as well. I can also speak some Korean. But I think Pretty's a cool guy. Yeah.
And then, last but not least, it is your birthday on Valentine's Day coming up real soon. First off, happy early birthday. Do you have any exciting plans after hopefully a weekend of 6-0 victories?
Yeah, for sure. I think hopefully we 6-0 because I think today was our hardest match that we played this week. But my family's supposed to come over to celebrate with me on Valentine's. I think we're just gonna go this is a place in Los Angeles because I haven't been here before. So pretty exciting. Yeah, pretty exciting things coming up for me.
Oh, that'll be a good time. I hope you enjoy. Before I let you go, is there anything that you would like to say to the fans out there?
No.
Oh. Keep them waiting. Keep them guessing. All right, respect. Thanks for talking to me. Have a good rest of your day, okay?
Okay, you too. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. As for us, we're going to be heading to a quick break, and after that, we're going to get started with our next match of the day, so don't wander off too far.